Hello there! Hello! This episode, we're talking about wind power! It's very windy, Clyde. I don't think we'll be able to use it. On this week's episode, I'll be whistling down the wind. Madeline Softcove explores the industrial history of our coast.
Wider and looser.
And we meet the woman determined to circumnavigate Great Britain without a boat. There are lots of ways that we can use nature to power our own homes. The coast provides so much. Wind, tides, you can see those big windmill things. Those power an entire city. And seriously, Clive, it's very windy. I don't think we can use any of this. Wind powers the sails of the boats that go out to sea, and it flies the flags of the RNLI. The wind powers the sails of the boats, and then the RNLI have to go out and rescue them when it's too windy or when there's no wind at all. Very windy today though. Now those windmills are very far away, but I hope that boat gives you a sense of scale for how big they are. You know, someone could actually live inside those for a couple of weeks. I don't know if you saw the Christopher Nolan movie Tenet, but some people said that was very confusing, but I didn't mind it. Anyway, we've got in the car because it's too windy, so we'll just sack this off. Now it's time for our resident historian Madeline Softcove to get up close and personal with our industrial coastal history.
People have had to learn to live near the coast successfully for many years. Come with me. I'm going to find out about not just mine history, but all of our histories. Work at the mine would have been very hard. Working the shaft, depositing those huge loads down the brown chute, and then ultimately filling in the hole. Oh, it's sweaty work. They were digging for this ore. They would smelt this down and use it to harden the hull of the boats they would use out in the sea. Everything nowadays, of course, is plastic. Ow. Look at this juicy crack. This is what the miners would look for in order to delve in fists deep to get to the ore. Oh, you've just caught me thinking about those dirty miners, smashing their massive tools into the rock face, getting so dirty and then having to run into the sea and rub each other off. Well, I'm off to look for some mucky miners.
We've met some fantastic guests on Going Coastal, and this week I'm off to meet Carrie Jones, the first woman, she hopes, to swim around the Great British Isles. I interrupted her training
to find out more.
Carrie-Anne, this is the beach where you'll be setting off. It's also the place where you've been training. Tell me about why you want to do this in the first place.
Well, you see, Donald, the reason that I've decided to do this is because I want to raise some money for charity. Now, the charity I've chosen is for some dolphins. Now, you might ask why, but if you've seen
Why?
Well, in the news, you might have seen recently, there's been some dolphins that have gotten a bit lost, and they've swam up the Thames. Now, the reason they swam up the Thames and gotten lost is because they can't see properly.
Because of the pollution.
Well, yes, that has ruined their eyes, so they haven't got a clue where they're going. So what we're going to do
Is fix the pollution.
well, yes, we could do that, but what I'm actually going to do is raise some money to get them some glasses so they can see better, and maybe even some laser eye surgery, because that'd work too.
Talk me through a day in the life of Carrie-Anne Jones. How do you train for something like this?
Well, Donald, it's quite simple really. You've just got to make sure you're doing plenty of exercise with a very good warm-up, and don't forget to cool down afterwards. And well, you've got to eat, haven't you? You've got to eat the right stuff. Make sure you're getting lots of protein to help keep those muscles strong and replace all the energy you've used when you've done your warm-ups. And obviously the swimming, yeah.
Of course, going out to sea, what are the dangers and the challenges that you're going to face out there?
Well, you'd be surprised. There's quite a lot of things out there that can cause you a bit of bother. There's usually some rocks and they can be a bit sharp under the water, so you don't want to bash your legs on them because you get a cut and then you're scuppered for the rest of your swim. You've got to watch out for the boats because, well, you're only little and they can't see you, even with your silly goggles on your head. Well, they'll either squish you, or as they come past, the wave will just turn you upside down and you have no idea where you are because you're under the water.
And you could accidentally end up going back the wave just come.
Absolutely, yeah. And then, well, you've got to swim the same length twice, and nobody wants to do that. But what a waste of time and energy. Oh, and crabs.
So, we met her a few days later to wish her some good old going coastal luck.
So, Carrie-Anne, this is it. Best of luck. Do it for the dolphins.
Oh, dear, Donald. Right then, I suppose I'd better get to it. Wish me luck.
Well, that's everything for Going Coastal this week. Best of luck to Carrie-Anne Jones. We'll see you next time on Going Coastal. Goodbye.
On next week's Going Coastal, I'll be looking for nature.
Cheese or eggs?
Madeline Softcove explores how erosion is erasing history.
I'm not going to put it in my mouth.
And I'll be looking at a picture with some boats on it, then turning to camera.